Hey team, how are we all doing? It is Monday the 23rd of March and this is going to be a bit of a different video. It's going to be a week in the life because it is a very important week. It is fight week. Fight is this Saturday, so it's currently Monday today. We've got an interesting week, obviously. I've got final training camp tonight. Well, the one that's official, of course. Obviously, I'll still be training between now and Saturday. Wednesday, I've got weigh-in, I've got face-off, and I meet my opponent. I don't know who my opponent is yet. Obviously, we've been full-on sparring the last few weeks, full intensity, so I'm obviously training with people of the same weight class and same height. So I've got a rough idea. It's going to be one of 4 or 5 guys, but obviously I won't officially know till Wednesday, so we'll take you along for that. Woken up to a take profit this morning as well. I took a GA trade on Friday afternoon, which held into the weekend. It was running about 3% on market close. Targets were 7.5%. This morning, about 20 minutes ago, that's just hit as well. So I'll show you the trade breakdown of that today. As always, that was publicly called live. None of this hindsight crap, as a lot of you know. I call every single trade live for full transparency. So we'll break that down today because it was an interesting technical trade, but also the macro reasonings behind it as well, based on what happened earlier last week. So stick around for that because it's a really, hopefully a good learning lesson for a lot of you watching this. But other than that, I'm just going to freshen up and then we're going to take Bruno out for a walk and then we'll get on some charts and we'll show you some stuff and we'll take it from there.
Wanna help you down and I'm still driving this 306. I thought by now I'd upgrade, put it on my plastics. Yeah, that's right, I got more than one.
So a lot of you that follow me are sort of 99% of you are men. So this little rant is perfect because you'll understand my frustration. Just had a tiff this morning with the other half about changing the bed. Now, she wanted only half of the bed stripping and half of the bed washing because the other half she was going to put in storage and then put a new fresh one on. But why wouldn't you wash the other half first before you then put it in storage? But apparently that was wrong. And then when I de-stripped the bed and brought it all in to the washing machine, apparently that wasn't right either. So I can't win, fellas. It was like listening to Elon Musk's rocket science at SpaceX, honestly. I'm confused.
I'm just happy getting A to B. Kinda sucky having mom drive me. Now I know there is an age gap, but I'm pretty sure that we can see past that. Yeah. And who cares if there's a problem with your body? 'Cause it's what goes on inside that matters to me.
Hey team, so as I said earlier, there was a GA long that I took Friday afternoon and obviously held through the weekend, and it has hit take profit this morning for basically just north of 7.4%. So I'll show you the analysis because I covered it on my weekend market breakdown as well, explaining to the team and the community. So I'm just going to play you that clip instead because it gives all the context around the technical aspect and the macro/fundamental aspect with the Bank of England during the week last week. One of the reasons I said at the start of the video behind the GA trade was the tone to the Bank of England's talks. But another reason, as you'll now see, is on the weekly, and I said this ahead of time as I always do, the weekly, as we know, as you're staring at right now on GA, has been selling off now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, arguably 10 consecutive weeks before we've started to bottom. Now, if you do the data, and I asked ChatGPT this earlier this week, I asked it, how many times over the last 20 years have we seen 9 to 10 consecutive bearish selling off weeks? And it's super rare on pound Aussie dollar. Super rare, okay? So we're already at a point now where we're very overextended in terms of the history of this pair. Now, luckily, with what's going on with then some of the changes this week, or I say some of the market sentiment from the Bank of England, this would now start supporting a potential pound strength, which is really good timing. Hence, you can start to see why I looked at GA favourably. Now, what is also interesting though, if we didn't know that, well, we obviously do know that, but if we didn't know that from a macro standpoint, from a technical standpoint alone, and this is where I want you guys to really pay attention, this is still a selling off candle here, but this starts to give us some form of buying pressure, indecision. Buyers haven't taken control here because we're not up here, right? We haven't started an official pullback, but we've definitely brought in some buying strength. This week again, we failed to get below, 189, basically 189.100 is really holding as a floor, right? Tried to trade lower, weekly close, equal lows of that prior bearish week.
This week, again, try to trade lower, and again, equal bottom, equal body close on the bottom of the body, at least, not the top, obviously, but the bottom of the body, again, failing to get below 8900. So we're really, really holding now, and this has been the last month. That's 4 weekly candles, okay? So nearly pretty much a month. So, as I said on the post, the daily then turned bullish with this candle close on Thursday. This is why I entertained this on Friday, right? Because before Thursday, this is still, so if you ignore these two candles here, we're still within a bearish leg here. This is the lower high from this bearish leg, and this at the moment on Tuesday looks like it's just going to put in new lower lows, right? This is more helpful on Wednesday, but it hasn't broken bullish yet. It's this candle here that breaks the bearish lower high, the RSP, right? And then as you can see with my ruling, typically in the strategy, if a higher time frame RSP, structure point, whatever you want to call it, has been broken, there's a high chance it will then flip and break out, okay? So when you look at your losses, as I say to people, most 99% or 95% of your losses, 24 hours after the loss, 48 hours after loss, should look like you've been smoked, like it's kept going against you. And that's a sign of a great loss, right? And so you can see if you're looking to take lower highs here and you've been stopped at break even, say, what we hope to see now is a bit of a ripple effect to the upside, okay? So hence taking advantage. So daily broke bullish, 4 hour leg I then capitalized on as this was all posted, as you know, on Friday morning. It was the only thing on Friday that was really the only thing for day trades. So this is running really nicely. Now, it did nearly stop me. And I was like, that's just typical March at the moment. But so it was before this 30-minute close. It was after this 30-minute close, should I say. So I went into a bit of drawdown and then we pumped straight away to nearly 1% gain, straight away. This candle here, and then we came lower, and this was Friday afternoon. We were just mucking about. We're basically coming to made equal lows. Luckily then, the 30-minute and the 1 hour's put in some good candles. I didn't like the look of this, but this is why I say to people, just leave your trades alone most of the time, okay? Unless there's a really good higher time frame structural reason. And then we got the follow through on later Friday afternoon and evening. So this is currently running basically 3%, okay? So I've held this at market close, so 2.9% basically. I'm initially going to run this, obviously, unless it's been fucked over the weekend with gapping, but this is still running, and I've taken my stop loss off at break even before market close, just in case there is some market gapping, just in case there's some wild spreads from the weekend and with everything going on conflict wise. Okay. So this for me, 127 pips is only 5%. I say only 5% is 127 pips. What I might do, because of how good the daily and the 4 hour looks, I might run this into the minus 618, okay? Which means equal prior daily highs. And this is what I was saying earlier, if this is the start of a weekly pullback, this could be a monster of a trade. Because if I look at where the 382 falls, right? Because the reason I'm talking so much about this is because this could be a potential entry for you guys to get involved with this week at some point, okay? If that's the 382, I am well within my rights from a technical perspective to try and at least trade that into the daily in the 4 hour minus 618. That's a 7.5% return. Or the 382, where the EMA sits as well as a potential rest phase for 14.7%. I'm not going to lie, I won't be holding to that. What I'll do is I'll take profit is the idea. So it's banked, that's realized gains. Okay, so it massively helps my month of March. And then any 4 hour pullbacks we can look to trade eventually into that 382. So that will be the smart way of playing it. So we take some profit out of the market and helps that March monthly P&L. So hopefully no fuckery on market open tonight. I will look to hold this. I'll look to put targets on once market reopens at the minus 618.
Good morning, everybody. Currently Tuesday, the next day now, 24th of March. Rest of yesterday was, I had boxing camp in the evening, as you've probably just seen with a clip. It's 8:26 in the morning now. I took a GJ long, literally, what time is it now? I took it at 6:31 UK time. So it was basically on the 30-minute close. I'll show you, I'll pop the trade up on the screen now. 30-minute close, let me get it back up. We're floating around break even at the moment, give or take, just having a pullback on the 30-minute and the 1 hour as we speak. Pushed into profit straight away, but obviously that doesn't always mean anything. You know, things can fluctuate for ages before sometimes they end up hitting targets. But yes, overall, everything in sync. 1 hour, 4 hour, very nice and a very cleanly bullish leg, as you can see on screen. We had a nice reaction off the 50% of that range and the price structure to the left of it.
Daily really cleanly bullish at the moment, and weekly nice and bullish as well. So I'm hoping we just get that follow through, that continuation. We'll see. Could be a loss, could be a win. That is the beauty of trading. It is a game of probabilities. All you can really do is focus on what you can control, and that is operating and managing your system flawlessly, and letting the probabilities play out. You could have win streaks, losing streaks, everything in between, and that is very, very normal for any brilliant strategy. So I'll keep you updated on that. As always, live time executed publicly live. Every trade I always do. It's not me particularly going, oh, I'm just posting that one today or the latter half of it. No, every single trade publicly called live, just for full transparency, and so people can see what real proper trading performance looks like and what realistic actual percentage returns are each month. So yeah, and also had the last boxing camp last night, which was good. It's difficult to film in there because obviously there's lots of people, and you know I don't want to be that person. But yeah, it's an awesome gym. It's a Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all of the martial arts in there, MMA, there's an octagon cage in there. So yeah, it's awesome. Last camp was last night. We did a lot of sparring again, full intensity. Last one obviously before the fight this Saturday now, which is only 4 days away. We have weigh-in tomorrow. We have match-up tomorrow as well, and face-off, etc., and all of that stuff. I find out obviously if I'm fighting out of red or blue corner as well. But I don't know the order of the fight until I get there on Saturday. Well, no one will until Saturday, which, look, it is what it is. I can't control it. So it's always nice, though, sometimes to know where you're going to be on the roster, but I can't help it. So there's not that many fights anyway. I think there's only about 14 fights. But obviously they're not all bloody 12 rounds. They're a lot quicker than that because it's white collar boxing. So we will see. I keep wearing my my boxing shoes. I'm going to show you actually what they look like. Look at these. These are my boxing shoes. Hopefully they're from Adidas, and I got a nice little message if I can get them. Boxing has the power to change lives. So they're pretty beaut. Getting used to wearing those. Now, today's plan of action. Obviously, I'm in GJ now, as I've already... Oh my God, I cannot speak. Already have just said. I'm sparring tonight with a friend, which is good. They're of similar build and similar height of me as well, so that's good, hence the sparring. That will probably be my penultimate last sparring. I think I'll do some more on Thursday, but then I'm going to be resting all day Friday, so I'm feeling as fresh as possible for Saturday. I'll lift some weights today as well. I'll lift weights tomorrow, but then I'm done in terms of lifting weights as well, just so I go in as fresh as possible. Also been told I can't have any caffeine on the day until I passed pre-fight medical, which I understand. Things around blood pressure, obviously they're not going to let you fight if blood pressure's too high. So yeah, I'm Saturday's going to be tough. No, I'm joking. I won't. I can go 6 hours without caffeine. I'm not an addict, or not too bad of an addict at least. So sparring later, I'll be gymming today as well. I was meant to have a one-to-one mentee call, but they've had to move it to next week because something's come up. But no worries, I'm super relaxed when it comes to being a mentor, should I say. When people come on board, I work very, very hard with you, and it's very much one-to-one based. So I just find you get the best results that way and the quicker results that way. We get to know you a lot better personality-wise as well in terms of how you tick and what type of what type of trading personality you have. But in terms of when I say I'm pretty chilled, if you want your one-to-one calls all spaced right at the start of your mentorship because you want to get them all in as much as possible, that's fine by me. We'll make that work. And if you want them more spaced apart, I'm chilled out as well. We can make that work. Just depends on the trader and what they want, and what stage they're at. I've just had the old trim cut before Saturday's big night. Instead of normally getting a mid 0.5 on the sides, and then obviously have the top trimmed. But I've had no top trim today because I'm trying to grow my hair out so it's a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, like wavy. I'll put a picture. Louis Armstrong, the legend he is, he's my inspiration with his hairstyle. He absolutely nails it. It looks so good. So I'm going for that. So I'm leaving the top to grow out, but I've kept the sides trim because otherwise it just looks scruffy in the meantime. So coffee. I'm going to film a lovely YouTube today for you lot on hybrid trading.
A little update on the GJ trade. It's bloody been at the driving range all day, i.e. it's been ranging all day. Came close to stop loss, but held. Tried again, it's been in a bit of profit. Just floating around basically at break even. This will be definitely something we hold into tomorrow, during the night into tomorrow, unless we get stopped out beforehand. But yeah, little update, i.e. not too much to update. Good evening, team. I am useless at this whole documenting day in the life video malarkey. I just need to stick to trading. Just back from sparring and I didn't take any footage. But I have picked up an injury and I currently have these frozen veggies on my arm. I can't really show you. Let me just... like that. Woo! But yeah, I was throwing an uppercut and guy sparring with good block, good defense. My forearm went into the point on his elbow, and so that bony prominence has just gone right into that sort of area of the upper forearm. Came out in a bruise straight away. I've never seen a bruise like it. Came up straight away. Didn't know that was possible. But I think now, in hindsight, that's going to be my last sparring session. So it's Tuesday night as we speak. That's going to be my last sparring session because tomorrow will be a weight session. And then I can't do weights on Thursday because obviously I'll have day 2 DOMs on the Saturday for the fight. So I'm going to rest up Thursday now as well. Obviously Friday, of course. So tomorrow will be the last day. And then tomorrow's my weigh-in as well. So I'm looking forward to bringing you along for that. What else was I going to say? Oh, GJ trade. GJ trade. So, I need to check actually. 2 seconds. Daily close was so-so. Everything's still intact structurally. 4 hour and 1 hour is looking pretty decent. Well, it's building a nice base at least right around my entry point. It's just been ranging all day. One of those. It's only Tuesday, so we've got the rest of the week, unless obviously it stops him out during Asia tonight. Oh, look, he's joined me. Hello. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, that is definitely not running risk-free yet. And either I'll wake up to it in profit or I'll wake up to be a stop loss. That is the nature of the game. Yeah, one day, it takes everyone different years. Some people get it sooner than others. But seriously, detachment from individual trades, it's really difficult. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It takes a very, very long time. I'm talking many, many years. But when you can, it's really powerful. You can tell in the tone of my voice a minute ago, I forgot about the GJ trade just because obviously I was boxing tonight. But you want to be in that situation where you're not really thinking about the trade, you're just letting it do its thing. Stop loss, take profit, and just let it play out. Obviously, there's a break-even protocol, but that is a conversation for another day. Yeah, I'm rambling now, but I'll update you in the morning. And I'm going to keep this pack of frozen stuff on my arm for another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm hitting the sack. Bruno. Good morning, birthday boy. Bruno. Happy birthday, buddy. You're 4 today. Happy birthday. Did you sleep okay? Right, buddy? Okay, back to bed then. All right. Just reviewing the GJ trade, and we're starting to be in a little bit of profit now. We had some pound inflation this morning, about half an hour ago. Just there, as you can see, with the inflation rate year on year. No surprises there. So we will see. Obviously, it behaved during Asia as I'd expect it to. But yeah, I've just updated the community with some AOIs and some updates. And time to get up, get ready, and give my little 4-year-old son, i.e. Bruno the dog, a good day. Fight, matchup, weigh-in night, whatever you want to call it, tonight. Very, very excited to find out who I'm finally fighting. Now, I obviously was sparring last night
My forearm is feeling better. I iced the shit out of it last night. So that's feeling better. Obviously, I've still got the whole of today, I've got the whole of Thursday, the whole of Friday for it to chill out as well. So quite lucky because, like I said last night, I've never seen a bruise come up that quick. So it's doing all right now though, and yeah, all is well for hopefully Saturday. And tonight, I'm gonna get some content tonight. I promise I'll get some tonight. I know I've been useless at sparring. I've been useless, I know, but obviously I'm sparring, right? Tonight I will get some. We'll get the face off, we'll get the weigh in, we'll get some photos, and you'll all see my opponent and you'll all meet them at the same time as me. And yeah, as I said earlier, I've got a few ideas of who it could be. But I'm excited either way because I know the work I've put in over the last 2 months. I've given it everything inside and outside of camp. So what will be. Just like in trading, I'm at peace. What will be, will be. Right. Happy birthday, dear Bruno. Right, time for a little recovery session. Sauna, swim, steam, etc. before weigh-in tonight. Forearms feeling better. GJ's now also running risk-free. So we'll keep you updated on that, of course. Targets are 3.7%, I believe. So if that hits, it'll be a fantastic end to March, especially with the GA long from earlier this week. Right, time to get ready. Time to freshen up. I've just had a shave, moisturise, etc., etc., etc. Weigh in now an hour and a half time. Opponent match up in an hour and a half time. We're going to know who we're fighting. Exciting. At least then I know. Won't know the order of my fight until Saturday on the day. At least then I know who I'm fighting. There's a good chance I've been sparring them the last few weeks because, like I said, with weight classes, it's one of like 5-6 guys I've been matched with. So come along with us. This will be exciting. It's a first. Let's have it. We have arrived at the venue, just parked up. So a little short walk now. And then we are getting going and we're going to see who I'm fighting and how heavy I currently am. Morning. Thursday morning. We're 2 days away now from the fight. As you saw probably a minute ago, some clips from last night. Had the weigh-in, all went well. I got matched with a guy in the end that I wasn't expecting to get matched with. Not in a bad way, just he wasn't on my radar in the sense that I would be paired with him, just from a height perspective. He's a really nice guy, but yeah, I thought I was going to get someone who was going to be more my height. He's slightly short. Don't get me wrong, it's not like a massive difference, but I was pleasantly surprised. So we'll see. I'm feeling good about Saturday. At least now I've got that clarity on who I'm fighting. Oh, obviously over the last few months, I've got to know some of these guys really, really well, and they're good lads. And some of the fights that have been matched up last night are going to be really good to watch. So I'm really looking forward to it because yeah, some great lads there, and there's going to be some good fights for sure. Update on GJ as well. I'm still in it. I just checked. It's back around break even again. It had a lovely 4-hour close last night, and the daily close was absolutely fine. 1 hour's just pulling back at the moment into around where break even was. It was running about 1% up, so it's not risk free yet. I can't remember. Did I tell you? I can't remember if I tell you my other GJ trade, the initial position that was running risk free, and then the break even that got stopped, so I lost minus 0.5%. The initial entry obviously was a break even, the scaling was minus 0.5, but I then re-entered again. I'll pop it on screen here. As always, publicly called live. So that's the trade I was just on about, where it's just floating back around break even as we speak. But yeah, Thursday today, got a few errands I need to run. Yeah. Hey team, I'm awful at this. I do apologise. I should just purely stick to trading.
It's Friday evening. Obviously now we are less than 24 hours till the fight. Today's been chilled. I had a GJ trade, another GJ trade, all obviously above board as usual, always optimal. That was a loss. So March is finishing the green though, which has been really, really good. It's good to get a green month as always. Not as strong as Q1 in 2025's performance, but nonetheless Q1 has been a green quarter for March, which is always good. I'll pop the GJ trade on here as well. That was a loss. Chilled one today though, just a recovery day, resting day, sauna, swim, spa, basically steam, just chill really. I was going to train yesterday, I was going to train today, but I just thought there's no point. Just go in restful, go in feeling good. I'm not allowed any caffeine in the morning. Gutted. Because apparently it'll muck with my pre-fight medical, which I understand, especially around blood pressure. But yeah, so quiet rest of the week. It's all been obviously building up to the big day tomorrow. Touchwood, all goes to plan, all goes ahead. Also, thank you very much for every single person that's donated. No matter how big, how small, thank you so much. It's obviously going to a very wonderful cause. Those that don't know, I'm doing this in memory of my grandpa, who passed from prostate cancer when I was a teenager. And the reason this fight is very, very sentimental is because he was a hugely successful boxer in the army. And so there's a lot of sentimental value to this fight. So it's going to be good. This is why I've worked my ass off for it, put everything into it. I'm going to hope to have no regrets tomorrow, regardless of outcome. But I'm going to do my best, and I'm quietly confident, put it that way. Well, this took a bit of a turn. It's the next day, it's the evening the next day, and as you've just probably seen on the shot before, that probably just explains everything quite well. Was all ready to go. It was about an hour and a half before my fight, an hour or so. Pre-fight medical, check everything. Everything else was great. Blood pressure was too high. So initially I had a lot of people on their first time and blood pressure failed. Told them to come back and do some deep breathing and all that jazz, and then obviously blood pressure lowered and it met the threshold, but my blood pressure just kept fluctuating up, down, but never low enough to get under the threshold. I only need to show it once for it to be under the threshold and they would have passed me. It just didn't, and I tried everything, different techniques with the paramedics, all this stuff. But then they had to come to a point where they had to make a decision, and it just wouldn't creep. It went as high as 190, nearly 200 over 100, which is ridiculously dangerous. And I've never ever suffered with anything like this before. I'm normally incredibly fit and well, no past medical history, touch wood, everything absolutely fine. And it just must have been anticipation, adrenaline, because I wasn't nervous about the fight. I was buzzing to fight. Like, I felt really good. I felt I had the advantage going into my fight. I felt like it was my fight to win or lose, if that makes sense. So it just wouldn't come down. I got home last night, blood pressure perfect. This morning when I woke up, took it again, blood pressure perfect. So it's super frustrating. I preach obviously a lot of self-accountability in my personal life, obviously on the charts as well, and obviously it is my fault. Everyone's, oh, well, you couldn't have done anything about it. And look, when your blood pressure is normally healthy, I get it. Like, it's an unforeseen circumstance. But I still take accountability for this. It's no one else's fault. The paramedics were lovely. They even extended the window of where to keep trying with me instead of calling it quits early on. So they were awesome. So big shout out to them, but just wasn't meant to be. I'm going to book in, see a consultant this week, and a cardiologist, and just get checked. But it's been fine again. So I don't know. It's one of them, and lots of you have reached out, so I appreciate that. Lots of you have reached out on Instagram with some very, very kind messages, and perhaps it just wasn't meant to be last night, which is a shame. But the next one's in May, or June, should I say. So hopefully, all being well, we'll go for that, and we'll get the redemption. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I know that maybe it was a bit of an anticlimax in the end, but hopefully you've seen some good stuff, taken some value, some of the trade breakdowns as well. And yeah, as always, if you've made it to this part of the video, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. So take care, and if you need anything, as always, reach out.
You put them all behind.